What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into a very entertaining episode that saw the unveiling of a new women's title. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
This show is different than any other show that they've put on in probably a good 2 months, maybe. I think it was fantastic from beginning to end, man, honestly. Right. So we were treated to actually the opening. I think it was the right call for them to open to this. The Jay Uso, Solo Sikoa issue, all that type of stuff, right? So Solo and Paul Heyman in the ring got on the mic before Paul basically can say anything. Jay Uso interrupts. Jay calls Solo out basically for stabbing Jimmy in the back, and he doesn't know if he could forgive him for that. So definitely the bloodline is crumbling for sure. But things kind of get weird. All right. So this wasn't it. It kept going. Basically, Roman Reigns wants to, I guess you could say, groom Jey Uso. All right. And Jey Uso has a title match with Austin Theory tonight. And if he wins this, next week there's going to be nonetheless anything but jealousy from Roman Reigns. But we'll keep going forward, right? So we didn't get much of an answer though from Jey Uso. It was weird. We really he kind of just walked off, right? But let's go to our next match here. Mustafa Ali and Santos Escobar Money in the Bank qualifying match. Oh, dude, LA Knight was on commentary for this.
Oh,
So
it was
good.
great.
Oh,
Awesome.
it was so good. Everybody just was feeling LA Knight, and honestly, he's gonna win Money in the Bank. I'm so pumped. But nonetheless, this match was so good. Santos Escobar with it was a crazy. I don't know. Did you see that the Hurricane Rana onto Ali on the outside?
Oh, dude, I
Oh
thought
my
like they
god,
were both injured, man. It was hellacious.
they killed each other. But I didn't see Ali taking the W here. Rey Mysterio ringside. Santos Escobar has to take the W. Come on, makes sense. Santos in Money in the Bank. That's going to be certainly interesting. So after this, the rest of Latino World Order would celebrate with Escobar. Sami Zayn actually is caught backstage walking up to Jay Uso, right? So storytelling throughout the night was just nonetheless awesome, and the
Excellent.
way they're building this is so good. Basically saying that um, there are times to come, and I think this is where Jimmy Uso really, or Jay Uso, excuse me, knows what he has to do. So we'll see what happens later on in the night. I'm pumped for the main event nonetheless. Alba firing Isla, how do you say it? Isla Dawn?
Isla Dawn, yes.
Yeah, yeah. In-ring interview. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler interrupt. I like the direction they're going with this. Baszler basically wants a what is it? Unify the women's tag titles with the NXT. I'm not feeling it.
You know what? They're doing a lot of unifying of titles lately, you know?
Yeah,
The- These new titles designs are not, I'm not feeling them, but we'll get into
yeah.
that later. But dude, let me just say, I'm so pumped up for Money in the Bank this year. These matches are going to be great. We got Santos
Oh,
Escobar, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, dude. Talk about some high flyers and Money in the Bank, dude. It's going to be awesome.
fuck, I'm so pumped. I am pumped. All right. Now, another speaking of Money in the Bank and another Money in the Bank, but women's qualifying match. AJ Styles on commentary for this one, of course. Michin, half of the OC, taking on Damage Control's Bailey. I don't know who I want to win here. It's tough. You know what I mean? I really want Michin to kind of accelerate a little
Make a
bit higher,
statement.
but
Yeah.
then we got Bailey, of course. And this match wasn't anything but crazy besides hair pulling. Bailey's ridiculous with that. A nice rose plant. She qualifies. So this is going to be interesting. But post match, all right, this is what's really important. Scarlett Bordeaux comes to ringside. Of course, AJ Styles is on commentary. Blows red smoke into AJ's face. AJ falls backwards towards the barricade. Kieran Cross comes out of nowhere, locks the cross jacket in. Fantastic storytelling, but I don't know. Are we going to get another feud with these two? That would be. I mean, I'm totally down for it.
Oh, me too, dude. I really think this could put a statement on Karrion Cross's rise to the top,
Mm.
taking on a very good legend like AJ Styles, multiple time WWE champion. So if Karrion Cross can pick up a win in a long rivalry, I think this will bring him to bigger heights in WWE for sure.
Absolutely, bigger heights for sure. For sure. Now, what we'll go to next, these segments, they've been nothing but quick, but they've been sweet. You know what I mean? Everything has been felt I guess everything has felt important tonight, and that's what we really need, especially with all this unification BS. But we see Bianca Belair actually backstage talking to Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce begs Bianca to not attack Asuka tonight because there's a new unveiling, excuse me, for the women's title. So basically saying that Bianca's in line for a rematch, and if she wants to keep it, she has to let everything be tonight and not attack Asuka. I mean, I don't blame her. Asuka almost blinded her. She said I couldn't take that serious, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Will Belair actually interrupt? So go to break, come back. Dude, there has not been anything crazier than this SmackDown. There are so many things happening, right? So recap of Scarlett and Cross sucker punching basically AJ Styles. So AJ's backstage. We cut backstage again. The show was so good. It was really good. AJ Styles just mad about what happened. But you know what? I am so pumped for AJ Styles.
Oh, you and me both, dude. Like I
No,
said, this rivalry could be a great one, and this has got Triple H written all
yeah,
over it. Moving forward, though, I think this had some Vince McMahon storylines all over it in our next segment.
yeah. Well, speaking of Vince McMahon ruining a bunch of things, this was ruined. So it was the women's unveiling of the championship title. Asuka. All right. It's there's nothing new to it. It's just nah, I'm not
It
feeling
looks
it.
so bland
So
and
yeah,
boring. I don't know, but I'm happy that we don't have to see the Raw Championship on SmackDown anymore. At
mm,
least that's a bonus.
yeah. Well, before my eyes wanted to bleed more, Charlotte Flair comes down and basically demands a match. And then we finally get that. I think it was for Money in the Bank. Asuka spits mist on Charlotte. Charlotte ducks. And you know what? I'll take it. It was a good segment, but Fox, Charlotte's back again. She'll be.
The
They're
only
building up her 16th title reign or 17th, whatever it is.
the only thing that could have saved this segment is if Adam Pearce got hit with the miss.
Mm, yeah. Oh my, what a disaster.
Moving right along.
Yeah, please. All right. So I'm just kind of reading off my notes here. Backstage, this was just a funny ass segment. Jay Uso in the Bloodline. All right, Paul Heyman comes up to him, just talking about a few things. Jay Uso basically saying, "If I'm the next tribal chief, you're out of the Bloodline." And the way he said it was just so gangster. But they got Paul Heyman questioning. But imagine, and then Theory, he earlier on in the night, actually before this, he said for Paul Heyman to join by his side. Imagine it was Theory and Paul Heyman as his
Oh, dude,
manager.
that would be great. It really would.
They teased that, and I picked up on it. Oh, I don't know. I think that was awesome. But quickly before we cut to our next matchup, so Adam Pearce, he's been having a hell of a night. All right, talking about Charlotte Flair's challenge, basically now that just was upcoming. Besides everything else, but Bianca Belair rolls up, basically saying she will get her title back, and it'll be justified. So, all right, cool. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair down the road, maybe. All right. So Baron Corbin versus Pete Dunne, Carmelo Hayes, and Trick Williams ringside. Smart call, I think, especially as NXT Baron Corbin has joined NXT. I think it's cool to bring it up to the main roster. Just give it a little love. So good matchup, qualifying match done. Excuse me, Pete Butch versus Baron Corbin. Good match. You know what I mean? I really feel for Baron Corbin. Dunn catches him, and it's a nice pinfall win with a cradle. It looked a little awkward, you know what I mean? But poor Baron Corbin then gets attacked by Hayes and Williams, or excuse me, Hayes and Williams come to attack Baron Corbin, and referees jump. But you know what? I love how they're putting NXT on the main roster like this. I don't know. I feel for Corbin though.
Absolutely. But I really like how you said they're giving some NXT stars some spotlight on one of the main roster brands. And
Mm.
they really showed out. It wasn't the cleanest match in the world, but it's good to see some new blood on SmackDown.
After this, Corbin rolls up, basically saying everything was so unfair to Adam Pearce. Cameron Grimes comes out and attacks him with a forearm. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the action with Baron Corbin. He deserves it. But action next, Io Sky and Shotzi Blackheart Money in the Bank qualifying match. Io Sky with a pinfall. Nice moonsault, but with a little help from Bailey. Poor Shotzi. I don't know. Back in the mid card, I guess. What are you gonna do?
At least
You-
Damage Control is picking up some solid wins, I guess,
Yeah.
while Dakota Kai is out.
So back from commercial, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens actually before the main event. Pretty Deadly roll up, demand a title match. Sheamus and Rich Holland then appear. This is all backstage nonetheless. OC join and then LWO and I think the Street Profits. Everybody wants a match. Adam Pearce was basically thrown into everything again. Poor Adam Pearce. All right, but we get a number one contenders match, or I'm sorry, a gauntlet match next Friday for the number one contendership for the championships with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Excuse me, I can't get the words out of my mouth. But you know what? Cool, I'll take it. It feels important, definitely.
Absolutely. You know what? Give the tag team titles some spotlight on SmackDown. Get a bunch of good teams in a gauntlet match for next week, and I think it'll provide for an awesome match.
Yeah, I think so too. And our main event was awesome too. Theory versus Jay Uso championship on the line. United States Championship, that is. Really good match. You know, Theory was really in it tonight, and the crowd was certainly against him, but that's a good thing. You know, he's getting a good pop. Referee ends up getting hit by I think it was Austin Theory, but it was weird, right? So we really thought Jay Uso was gonna win. The crowd definitely did. I knew he wasn't going to, but you know, it was a really good match. But the way it ended was a bit odd. So Pretty Deadly appeared to cut the Usos off basically out of nowhere, or excuse me, Jay Uso, and then Jimmy Uso comes to make saves. Solo Sikoa then comes and lays him out. Solo actually goes for I think it was Samoan spike onto Jimmy, but Jay cuts him off. Good storytelling whatsoever. Solo sidesteps Jimmy, I think accidentally kicks Jay in the face, and then it left the crowd like,
Stunned.
dude.
They were stunned.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Jim puts Solo Sikoa on the floor with a nice kick. And then, dude, the match wasn't over. Don't worry about it. Theory slides in and then retains, but it just was so good.
So chaotic, so good. What a way to end the show, man. Absolutely. I got some mixed feelings about the new women's title on SmackDown, but that's for a different story for a different day. Certainly the ending of SmackDown left us with a lot of questions heading into next week. We got some good matches lined up for next week. That gauntlet match.
Phenomenal matches, yeah.
And one thing's for sure, KozMatt will keep you guys updated on everything that you need to know on Raw and SmackDown, and we will see you Tuesday with a Monday Night Raw recap. Until then, peace out.
Good night.
This has been KozMatt. Thanks for watching.